Hello, welcome to another interesting video from your speech makeover professional, Oyintari Thangad. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and like or share the video with your friends and neighbors. I'm sure they will benefit from it. So to get the background story of my video, you can check out my Facebook page and read the story about Meadow's first day in school. That will give you a background story of today's video. So today I'm talking about how to effect a smooth transition from home to school. How do you, and by you I mean parents, teachers, educators, caregivers, how do you make the transition from home to school painless? Yes, let me use the word painless because most times it is for the child. They are just yanked out from home and taken to a new environment where they know nothing about and they do not know anyone. So how do you make this transition for the child interesting, fun, and memorable so that going to school will not be scary? I'm going to share some tips to help you, so please follow and listen carefully. So what's the first thing you should do? Well, obviously, the first thing is to decide on the school you want to send your little one to. This is really very important. You want to do your investigations, you want to ask questions, you want to make sure the environment is right, and you want to make sure that the school can actually meet the needs of your child. Yes, the needs of your child, not yours, of course, your child. So it's important that you decide on the right school to take your little one to. You can ask questions, you can visit school, you can get recommendations. All of these are very helpful. But whatever you do, make sure that your child will be cared for and looked after. This is very important. So you found a school and you're happy with the result. The environment is nice, the teachers are lovely, the playground is beautiful, and you feel, well, my child will do quite well here. So what's the next thing you should do? Well, you want to set a morning routine. That's why it's really important to start your preparations early. If your little one or your child will be going to school, you want to start quite early to prepare the child's mind. And this you can do by setting a morning routine. You can begin to wake your child up at the same time every day and do all of the things you would do if you would take the child to school. Feed, bathe, get dressed, wake up early. Do this every day for about a month or two. So eventually when your child starts to go to school, waking up early, getting dressed, and all of that will not be frustrating because your child is already used to that process. So it's really important to start early. Pardon me, the Hammertown here is quite terrible and my voice is hoarse. So just pardon my voice. How is your Hammertown in your area? Is it biting as hard as it is here? Alright, let's go back to what we're talking about. So you want to pick the right school and you want to start setting a morning routine so your child can get used to waking up early and getting dressed for school. So you've done all of these and you think your child is ready. What else do you need to do? Well, the third step is very important. People do not pay attention to this, but this is like the most important step for me. I did not do that with Medal because I didn't know I was supposed to do that. That's why information is important. If I knew this before my kids started going to school, I would have done all of this, but I didn't know. But now you do, so make sure you do all of these. Well, like I said, the third step is very important and you need the support of the school to help you achieve this. What is this third step? Well, you want to visit the school before resumption. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, as many times as you can. And you don't want to go alone, go with your child. So if I decide to send my child to Meadows Preschool, for example, and I've done everything I'm supposed to do, all of the necessary requirements of it made, and I am sure this is where my child will be going. So of course I would go to the school, do everything I'm supposed to do. But it is important that you let your child visit the school several times. Let them make friends. Play with the kids during break. If possible, sit in class. Get to know the teacher. Get to be friends with the teacher in advance. All of these needs adequate preparation. So visit the school with your child several times, a different time of the day, so that your child will be familiar with the faces, the environment, the classroom, the toys, the playground, and possibly make friends even before school. I'm sure that when you do this and it's time to go to school, it will be less scary because the child is already familiar with the environment, with the classroom. In fact, possibly the child already knows the teacher by name and all of those things. This will make it really very easy for your child to transit from home to school. And the final tip for today, or the final step for today, when you get to the drop-off point on resumption day, you want to get a familiar face. Please take note, familiar face, to pick your child from the drop-off point to the classroom or wherever the child will be going to. That's the essence of going to the school before the resumption day. Get a familiar face. If possible, the class teacher, which the child already knows, to get the child from you to the school or to the classroom. When you do this, I'm sure the clinging, the crying, the yelling and everything will not be there. And even if it's still there, I'm sure it's not going to be too painful for the child because the environment is already friendly and homely. Like I said, I wish I knew all of these when my kids start going to school, but unfortunately I did not, so I didn't do them. Well, you should. Well, that's how we come to the end of today's video. Stay tuned for the next video. What would we be doing next? Yes. What should you look out for when picking a school for your child? What are the things you should know before you decide on a school for your loved ones? Of course, you want them to be safe, you want them to learn, you want them to be cared for. All of this depends on the school. I'll let you know the things you can do to make sure you make the right decision when it comes to your loved ones. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said, stay tuned, subscribe and like, and turn on your notifications. Thank you and have a wonderful Hamilton Field Day.